Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a video of me driving the Panzer Kpfw for Schmalturm. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but that's all fine. Wargaming calls it the Star Chaser, I call it the TIE Fighter. It has legendary camo, and that means that in this case it looks exactly like a Star Wars TIE Fighter, which to me just makes it look utterly adorable and was the main reason that I really wanted to have this tank.
You don't know the power of the dark side
Until you've driven this lovely little beast. Now, this tank is a tier 6 medium tank. It has very little armor, but the armor that it does have on the sides counts as spaced armor, and it bounces a heck lot more than you'd give it credit for. Aside from that, the gun is just amazing. It has awesome penetration values, does a decent amount of damage. I love the reload. And overall, in the few games that I've driven this tank so far, I've utterly come to adore it. It's easy to do quite a bit of damage in this tank, and because the penetration is so great, you need very little premo to drive this tank, if you don't miss your shots like I'm doing right now. But overall, I found that the accuracy of this tank is a lot better than that of the TIE Fighters, and that it can actually bounce quite a bit. Which is also a lot more than it does with the TIE Fighters in the movies, because they die almost instantly. Now, it may not be able to do that lovely little rolling thing that the TIE Fighters do in space, but it is quite good at peekabooming, and if you can avoid being the main target, you will do absolutely awesome. I found that it's not really a tank to be frontline in. You do need cover, because if they do pen you, you die very quickly. And let's face it, it is a medium tank, so once they're properly looking at you, you're unlikely to bounce their shots. And up until this point, the game hasn't really been any good for me. I've bounced shots, I've missed shots, I've not been doing that well, but that all changes right now.
I think it is time we demonstrated the full power of this station.
And I started playing a lot more aggressively than before, which in this case really worked out. So I peekaboom a little more than just head on forwards to finish him off, while a Unidum only tracks me and then decides to head on out. But like a good Unidum, he decides to just stand still in the middle of the road and wait for me to shoot him and set him on fire. But as he vanishes,
Felt a great disturbance in the force.
I turn around to face the guy that's coming up behind us, who luckily isn't paying any attention to me yet at all, so I get to shoot him. And I just decide to head on over him before he decides I'd be a better target for him. Which he now does, but by now I'm near him and I've shot him 3 times already, so I'm not too worried. 4 times and he's still not landed a shot into me. And with a bit more reloading we reach 5 times.
You may fire when ready.
But he actually doesn't, so when we reach 6 I kill him off and go on to deal with the next guy. And basically all of this is just showing what a great tank this is. The penetration is just utterly lovely, and even though this guy does start shooting me, he also keeps on coming straight at me, and I'm faster, so I just drive past him and start shooting him more. But again, I outload him quite a bit and I kill him off before he can land a second shot into me.
Force is strong with this one.
But then my last ally dies and I'm all alone against the enemy Tiger event thingy.
I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one.
And while Han Solo doesn't know that I do, I just wait behind the building for a few seconds and fix my viewfinder. Because I know which way he was turning when he dropped off my radar. So I'm hoping that by driving this way I can come up behind him and shoot him from there. Because even though I'm really not afraid of him, it's always better to keep as much HP as possible. So I continue driving to where I expect him to have gone, and then just head back towards the base because he's most likely headed there somewhere. And as I drive here again, I actually do get spotted and I spot him as well. But as I look at him, he's already looking at me, but for some weird reason he decides to turn his turret away from me and not shoot me.
Don't make me destroy you.
But apparently that's exactly what he wants, because he missed his shot and he showed me his flank so nicely. So even though he does get a shot into me, I do kill him off with my own next one. And then I exit my sniper mode because I just like looking at how cute this tank is. But all kidding aside, it is an adorable tank. I absolutely love driving it. It's fun, it earns quite a bit of credits, especially since you hardly need to use any premo in your games. And it just behaves really well. You can do quite a bit of damage every game, which makes playing it very enjoyable indeed. Now, I'm really happy that I got this tank, and I hope that everyone else will enjoy it just as much as I do. And on that note,
Give yourself to the dark side.